So you currently feel behind because you go on Instagram, you go on social media, TikTok, and you see other people living your ideal life, right? You see them driving the fast cars that you want. You see people living in the ideal houses that you want to. And now you feel like you are a lot behind in life. Well, in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you how you can level up and how you can stop feeling behind. But first, let's address the root cause. Why do you feel behind? You see, most times in life, we feel behind because we feel like there is a desired destination that we want to get to that other people seem to have gotten to, and we just feel like, when would we get there? There's one thing that I want you to understand. We all have different goalposts. And why do I say this? We all have different destinations. We all have different end goals that we have. And I'll give you an instance. Imagine there are two friends, right? The first one spends 6 years in the university to end up getting a degree, and the other person spends 4 years in the university to end up getting a degree. The truth is, someone might look at the person who spent 6 years and feel like that person has spent more time, so they are far behind the person who has spent 4 years to get a degree. But here's where it changes. If the first person is studying something in a specialized niche, like maybe being a surgeon, and the other person is studying something in like food and human nutrition, the first person who spent 6 years seems to have spent more time, but they get specialized knowledge and they end up becoming someone who gets paid a lot more in society because of their specialized knowledge. But the other person who studies food and human nutrition seems to be ahead, but in reality, they get compensated less in society because of the knowledge that they have or what they are doing. So the main reason I use this two example is because they both have an end goal, right? One person seems to be ahead of the other, but when you look at it in hindsight, the other person gets compensated a lot more. So why do I tell you this? You see, we feel behind because we lack definite purpose, right? And I'll give you another instance. Someone can look at me, I'm 26, I just turned 26 in February, and feel like, oh wow, this guy is 26 years old, he has accomplished a lot more than the average 26 years old. But what they forget is I spent 11 years of my life obsessing about business, entrepreneurship, and the art of making money, right? Now someone else can start now at 26 if they can put in same amount of years, right? By the time they are 37, if they put in 11 years, they will be far ahead of the person who is also 37. Do you understand why people can be seemingly ahead of their peers now? It's because of compound effort that you put in to something, to mastering your craft. Now, that is about that. But having definite purpose boils down to one thing, and one thing only: knowing what exactly you want out of life. Now, in my language, Yoruba, it is believed that there are two times in an individual life that is important. The first time is when he is born. The second time is when he discovers why he is born, right? So one thing I want you to understand is this: you need to do an assignment. I want you to take out a pen right now and write it down. What exactly do I want out of life? You see, when I look at what I want out of life, I obsess more about freedom, right? I want to be free to make choices. I want to be free to do what I want when I want. And trust me, the crazy thing is I've never written a CV in my entire life. I don't even know how to write a resume. And you know what's crazy about that is because I just never went the traditional route, which is go to school, get a job, and get married and stuff like that. I've never done anything like that. I went against the grain. You also have to look at it, because if you go look back when I was 15 years old, I made a video where I was like, I'm going to be the best I can be. I'm going to obsess about building an ideal life for myself. I already knew what I wanted since I was 15. So you feel behind because you are comparing your life with other people's lives by making the mistake of not having a specific yardstick of what you want out of life, right? Because someone is deemed successful by certain standards, right? Oh, you have a nice car, you have a nice house, you can travel whenever you want. But you forget that people have highlight reels on social media. That is, everything we post on social media most times is the best moments of our life, not necessarily the worst times of our life. You don't really see someone post on social media and be like, oh, my life is crumbling right now. I mean, yeah, we do have a few people who do that, but you don't see everyone post every single time that, oh, my girlfriend just broke up with me, oh, my boss just fired me. We post the best moments of our life on social media. So if you are feeling behind right now, I want you to do 3 things, right? 1, look at what are the factors that make you feel behind. That is, what is the yardstick you're using to measure your life, and what makes you feel like you're not doing enough for yourself. Then 2, I want you to look at where exactly do you want to be in life, right? Because if you don't set a timeline, if you don't set a time frame, if you don't set a goal and then have systems that you use to get to that goal, then how do you measure what exactly you've accomplished in life, right? You need to set a goal and then decide how will you get to that goal, right? And another thing that I want you to do lastly is don't give a shit about what is going on in other people's lives, right? You don't need to consistently worry about, oh, this person seems to be making $1 million a month and you seem to be making just $10,000-$20,000 a month. What I want you to do is this, and this is what I do most times. I compare myself to who I used to be. The moment you do this, you no longer have to worry about what any other person is thinking. You no longer have to worry about what is going on in another person's lane. All you have to do is obsess about what is going on in your own current life. And now, the last thing I'm going to ask you to do for yourself in this video is this. I want you to stop assuming that someone's life is a lot better than yours. You may be thinking, oh shit, this person's life is the best. But what you don't understand is the troubles and travails that they are currently facing in their own current life, right? I'll give you an instance. Someone might be looking at my life and be thinking, oh, this person has the best life possible. They have such an amazing life and all of that. But as of September, I lost my mom, who happens to be my best friend, the person I love the most in the world, right? You will never ever wish to lose your loved one, right? So on the surface level, it might look like, oh, someone is living a perfect life, but in hindsight, you may be in a better position than they are. So now, if you are still feeling behind, I want you to write it down every single time that you feel that emotion. Why exactly am I feeling like this? Who is contributing to me feeling like this? And then how can I make sure that I understand that life is a journey, it's not a destination. There is never a destination. The truth is, even if you think, oh yeah, all it takes is for you to make $1 million, for you to be accomplished, trust me, when you make that $1 million, there is always someone doing better. And I'll give you an instance. If you feel as if it's only when you make a certain amount of money that you feel some sense of accomplishment, the moment you eat it, it becomes like just another day. Like if you once thought, oh, you know, all I have to do is make $1,000 a month, the moment you eat $1,000 a month, you know what happens? Your goalpost shifts. Now you start thinking, oh, I think I need to make an extra $5,000 a month. Then you hit it and then it's like, oh shit, I need to make an extra $10,000 a month. You will never ever get to a point where the numbers are going to make you feel, oh yeah, I finally reached my destination. Never. That will never happen. So if you're watching this, right, the practical thing that you can do for yourself is, 1, look at your point of influence. What exactly makes you feel this way? 2, understand that there will never be an end point to your desires. And then 3, I want you to always look back at your previous version of yourself and then just compare. Look back. I look back at the 15-year-old version of me and I'm like, wow, I've really grown, and that gives me gratitude. So in case you're feeling some type of way today, and you clicked to watch this video, I want you to understand that it is constant comparison that is going to be robbing you of the happiness you should be experiencing in this moment. If you found value in this, my name is Abdul-Qawiyy, and I dive deeper into how to make money. I'm also documenting the journey to building my watch company, the Phoenix Watches, to $100 million. And if this is something that you find interesting, then definitely watch this video where I talk about my journey of how I have gone from $42 to building a business and a life for myself for $250 million. I hope you found value in this, and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next video.